Okay, I've already painted the second coat, so you can see my owl is still dry. I would suggest having all of your owl dry first before you move on to the branch. Okay, so now I'm ready. See how dirty my water is, and it's still fine. This is an angled brush. You look at the paper, see how it's angled and it's not straight. You can use a round brush, which we talked about earlier. If you need a teeny tiny brush, you know, whatever you need, we've got it here for you tonight, hopefully. So there's your brushes. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to start with brown, and I'm just putting that paint in there just a little bit. And you can go all the way over to the edge. Remember we talked about not wanting a floating branch. Personally, I would take it all the way wrapped around that canvas, just like how the canvas is wrapped. Then you're going to take your brown. Now, this is where the angle brush, I like the angle brush because it makes it easier to make a straight line. You have to be aware of those feathers, their wings, okay? So I'm going to see how I turned my board again? I go right up against that, make sure I'm not smearing my paint, come straight back down. And it just with angled brushes, it makes a nice straight line. Turning my canvas around, going right up against that edge. See how straight and easy that is? Now, you can use the smaller brush. Like I said, I just try to make things a little easier and quicker. Now I'm separating my branch out. Go off to the edge. This is your canvas. You choose how you want your branch to be. I already talked to you about how it gets smaller as it goes out. Now coming up against this owl, would it be probably wise to use this bigger brush? No. But I've been doing art for a long time. You decide what you want to use. I'm just using it to get this video done. My last video was too long, and to order put it on YouTube, I had to cut it in half, so I don't know if you're going to get to see all of it or not. So I've got a big timer going on in my classroom, so I make sure that this video is not too long. Once again, thank you again for coming out tonight. Thank you for my helpers. See how I still have that space? I'm going to bring it up closer to that tummy. Okay, and you can leave that space if you want. I want it to appear like my branch is getting smaller. So I'll probably go back and fix that. So go right up against that wing of the owl. Bring it out to where it's getting smaller. Get a little bit of paint. Have that branch come right off the edge. Okay, go onto the side of the canvas if you choose to. Okay, to give the illusion. We've been talking a lot about illusions in the classroom. It's where your eye sees it changes what your eye sees. Okay, so plays tricks on your eyes. That's what an illusion is. Be aware, see how I have brown on my hand? Be aware of the painted edges that you don't get paint on you. Now, this is where you can make your tree, your branch, you can put, ooh, I know what I'm going to put. Just had an idea. While this is still wet, now I can't do anything to change this because I put that dark pencil line in so you guys could see it. So I'm going to go back in. I had to cover it. Hopefully you did yours smaller. You can go in and add feet. I'm going to have that brown go right up against his tummy. So I don't have to have feet if I don't want to. Remember, I can go back in with that Sharpie, outline everything. That's up to you. I don't know if you'll have time tonight or not, but I will have some Sharpies out. Remember, Sharpies are permanent markers. Now you might need to guide your child or do it for your child if you don't like them using a Sharpie. Okay, what I was going to do, let me clean my brush. Same thing, check my timer. I'm doing pretty good. You just heard that little ding. I'm going to have my owl, because remember, owls are nocturnal. I'm going to put a moon. So my moon, I'm going to have it over here. You can add leaves, you can add different color, you can use the gray to make it look more like a realistic tree branch. There's my moon. I'm putting it off on the edge here. Okay. You can add stars. And you can totally do whatever you want on this. I want you to have freedom. I'm just showing, you can even do a different shape of an owl. You could put 2 owls on there. Whatever you choose to do. So there's the moon. I will have to go back in and do a second coat. All right. And now let me show you what I'm talking about with the, I could leave this white on here. Come back in. See how that makes it look a little more realistic, like it's a branch? And it's blending in just like I did. Go all the way around the edge too. Just like I did with the background of the, I can't think, background of the sky. If it gets too much white, what do we add? A little bit of brown. Blending it right in there. This is your own plate of paint, so if you want to blend and mix colors, that's fine. If you were sharing this with somebody, I wouldn't suggest it, but you have your own plate. Once again, I got too much white in, so what am I doing? Bringing back some brown. If you want to bring some grays, if you don't like white, you can bring some grays in on your branches. And now we have an owl. Woo! At night. Don't forget those sides of your canvas. Bring this one out a little bit more. Okay. I think that's pretty much it for this video. I need to stop before it gets too longer. I might come back in and add another video to show you some detail. If you have any questions, I will be glad to help you. I'm going to add a little bit more brown. Like I said, you can add feet if you want to. I don't think necessarily my owl needs feet. I'm going to have it darker brown over here. I think that looks pretty awesome.